Filmmaking Podcast. New Series Episode 1. 35mm film. This article is about the motion picture film gauge. For the still photographic film gauge, see 135 film. For the film format, see 35mm format. 35mm film is a film gauge used in filmmaking, and the film standard one in motion pictures that record on film. 35mm is the most commonly used gauge. The name of the gauge is not a direct measurement, and refers to the nominal width of the 35mm format photographic film, which consists of strips 1.377 plus or minus 0.001 inches, 34.976 plus or minus 0.025 millimeters, wide. The standard image exposure length on 35mm for movies, single frame format, is 4 perforations per frame along both edges, which results in 16 frames per foot of film. A variety of largely proprietary gauges were devised for the numerous camera and projection systems being developed independently in the late 19th century and early 20th century, as well as a variety of film feeding systems. This resulted in cameras, projectors, and other equipment having to be calibrated to each gauge. The 35mm width, originally specified as 1/3 inches, was introduced around 1890 by William Kennedy Dixon and Thomas Edison, using 120 film stock supplied by George Eastman. Film 35mm wide with 4 perforations per frame became accepted as the international standard gauge in 1909, and remained by far the dominant film gauge for image origination and projection until the advent of digital photography and cinematography. The gauge has been versatile in application. It has been modified to include sound, redesigned to create a safer film base, formulated to capture color, has accommodated a bevy of widescreen formats, and has incorporated digital sound data into nearly all of its non-frame areas. Eastman Kodak, Fujifilm, and Agfa-Gevaert are some companies that offered 35mm films. Today, Kodak is the last remaining manufacturer of motion picture film too. The ubiquity of 35mm movie projectors in commercial movie theaters made 35mm the only motion picture format that could be played in almost any cinema in the world, until digital projection largely superseded it in the 21st century. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share.